Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak 2 Part 113. In the previous video, we're in the final dungeon. Some crazy stuff happened, like Nina showed up and she's like, haha, I've got special eyes, my eyes can perceive those things that others cannot, and now we're in the quantum space dimension. We had a revelation that Act 3 could literally be deleted from the game, and not only would the quality not be decreased, it would be improved. And then I died several times to Harwood, which I don't really want to talk about. Which granted, I mean, I do feel like at least that first death, there wasn't really shit I could do about that. The second one, definitely on me, but, you know. I mean, the only reason it bothers me when we die, and the main reason is that it opens up very annoying comments. Because anytime you mess up in a video game that you're recording for the internet, someone, that just gives them free reign to, frankly, be kind of annoying. Now, most people will not, but you just need the one person to be like, oh boy, it's time for me to flex my superiority. Time for me to make myself feel good by insulting someone else because they made a minor mistake in a video game. Okay, I think this is the way we're supposed to go, but frankly, I don't give a shit about what's in the chest. Oh wait, never mind, maybe this is the way we're supposed to go? Okay, these both lead to the same direction. It doesn't matter what path you take.
Looks like a chest.
They all lead to the same end. You all gotta accept that someday you're gonna die. Okay, yep. You think we're gonna have another mid-boss, or are we gonna go... I can't think of any... I mean, I guess there could always be a monster. But, you know, I mean, that's definitely one benefit of Harwood. I mean, Harwood showing up there is... It's super random, for sure. But... if it was, like, between that and us fighting a giant cube...
I can feel it.
I think I liked Harwood showing up.
Power is welling up just beyond here. It's awaiting our arrival. It's the source of this
don't cut off their dialogue when we get close to the chest.
Of all these incidents,
we'll put an end to it this time. Let's do this, everyone!
Because I could just see it. They're mid-sentence trying to say their dialogue about the plot, and then Nadia comes in. Ah, this cutie's got booty! Okay, I do think we can make the quantum dimension a little bit smaller next time. I don't know if it needed to be quite this long. I mean, I did equip some. I think all I did was I gave you the Grail Ring. This. I mean, I do wish you were faster. Like, I mean, your speed's not bad, but you feel slow as shit. I mean, the only other thing we could give you is like, and that's 8 speed. I don't think 50 strength is worth 3 speed. You still want this? I mean, 8 speed is kind of hard to pass up. I don't give a shit about fear. Maybe we should give this to you, since I think that's new. I don't think we've had this for very long. The upgraded Blue Boy. Don't know when we got it. Got the watch. Caddy? Caddy Catra? Sure. I don't care. Sorry, Catcher, you exist to be killed. Alright, we're just gonna keep on rolling our way through. We're getting there, we're getting there. Oh, there's not too much to really say. I think we already kind of talked about. I mean, there's not really, I don't know. What do I think about this section?
This cutie has booty.
That's it, the cutie has booty. I don't really care if evil Grendel is Epstein. I mean, it's kinda neat,
Well, what a nice little chest.
I guess. I would like it more if they hadn't spelled it out. Because I think that could have been, if that's what they're going for, that could have been a decent little reveal. Something that's not, like, I don't feel like it was, I mean, even though I did say it before, I don't think it was incredibly obvious. Like, I don't know, Trails games are weird about that. Where, like, they can definitely set up cool twists and reveals, but they don't. They, like, choose not to a lot of the times.
Is that what I think it is?
Yes, it must be at the top of these stairs.
Hey, you're not invited.
This is our last fight.
Hey.
Let's make sure we're ready before we head on up.
Hey.
Much better.
We cool? We cool? Alright. You guys chill. When we come back, we'll give you the directions to the barbecue. Alright? Hey! Never mind. If you get too overexcited, you're not invited to the barbecue. You're not invited to the barbecue. We will be having the potluck without you. Alright, fine. Maybe we'll have you follow us into the fog door. How do you like that? Oh yeah, you better run. Anything I want to do? I did open a few slots in between videos as well. Do we want to upgrade weapons? Man, are you updated? No, you're not. You're like a decent bit behind. You're like really far behind, actually. I did not know that. No, Ren. Yeah, I mean, that's like 40, 50 arts right there. Yeah, it's gone are the days when your weapon upgrades barely, they gave you like, the difference between a level 1 staff and a max level staff would be like 20 arts. Back in my day. I guess we can give this to, well, do we want to give anything to Van? Asian. Yeah. Guess we could also give the evasion to you. I don't really care about Nadia's attack stat. He's rarely going to be casting spells offensively.
It's the lights from the 7 Genesees.
So their power was here all along. Or rather,
The essence of their power. It's been extracted, allowing the Genesees to act autonomously.
that seems like an apt enough description to me. And look at what's inside of the man in front of us.
Ah, the 8th Genesis. The centerpiece of all that's happened these past 2 months.
So you've come, Van Arkwright,
Yep, that's us.
and you brought the other fixers with you, along with a few fresh faces.
I don't know if I'd call any of them fixers. Maybe Swin and Nadia can qualify as fixers.
Well, you were the one who told me to be in front of Trion
Maybe
Tower at
Shizuna.
4:30 p.m.
We'll throw King K. Okay, so at least a few of us are fixers.
I'm probably a little late, but hey, time's frozen. Nice when technicalities work in your favor.
Damn true, partner.
Yeah, I suppose you get a pass.
The hell? He's talking like a normal-ass person now.
Well, aside from the demonic reverberation anyway.
Well, I mean, he was already doing that earlier for some reason. 'Cause, I mean, well, we don't know what they... I'm trying, because he was talking normally to Swin in the conversation that they listened. I don't know if they actually heard what they were saying or if they just saw them talking. Presumably they heard what they were saying as well. And he was talking normally when we killed, what's his name?
Yeah. Though,
Ulgar? Was it
why do I
Ulgar?
get the feeling I've heard that voice before.
You're right. It sounds familiar.
That was probably his reason, a voice actor. You never know.
Yeah, I hear it too. And when he speaks, I can feel my chest tighten.
Then is he someone you all know? Or is it possible that...
Maybe we know him too. You do know him. But I can't reveal who he is. Since we're in close proximity of the Eighth, maybe you can call out to her now, Van.
Yeah.
Good point. Mare!
What took you so long?
I don't know, what do I dislike more? Van? It being Van or it being Epstein? I wouldn't mind it being Van. What only bothers me because we've already done it. We already did it in Reverie. And it was random, but Evil Reen was kinda cool. Didn't really make much sense at all. But it was kinda cool. Just because he looked cool. So he gets a bit of a pass. You can't do it again, man.
You made me sit there in the background for ages, and then you replaced me?
Damn true. The new you's way better too.
Your name was Lapis, right? While I appreciate your help up to now, I've got everything under control. So why don't you buzz off? Fine, fine. You can have Van back. I was simply repaying what I owed. Now hush. You're interrupting a very important conversation. Whoa. LP just shut her down. She's like her older sibling.
Well, while that certainly is cute, we really should get back to the subject.
It should be the younger, because Lapis is new. Because, like, even if we assume that, like, Mare is the same thing as Lapis, Mare would have to be older, right? Because, I mean, I guess the idea that the Earth, or, you know, Earth in the metaphorical sense, whatever the name of the planet's supposed to be called, produces a sentient AI. I mean, if it happened once, presumably it could have happened in the past, too. Why not?
Right. I hope you all know how much I appreciate your help. Thanks to you guys.
Because Mare has said that she's like
SPG to bed.
You know, she's talked about how she's like one of others or something. You know, when she says I'm a
Van.
Implying that she's like, you know, like part of a collection of beings.
First things first. Let's see if my suspicions are right on the mirror. Can't move forward until we do that, right?
Correct. Just as the smallest units of matter have their own particles and waveforms. My existence is ever in a state of flux. It cannot be validated without first being observed. You must determine my identity without relying on your lauded sense of smell.
What?
Fair enough. As soon as I got your message this morning, I knew for sure that you were C. We're positive that you aren't the first or second C.
I said it in my
Testimony
message.
from the people who knew him makes that clear as day.
I signed it C, of course I'm C.
Now then, there was something that stuck out to me when I was going over the notes again. The warnings there were stated so plainly, I couldn't get a bead on who could have written them. That's the mark of a real pro. A pro who specializes in multiple
super
fields,
cool pro.
writing, among others.
Maybe the coolest pro who's ever been cool. Probably
Multiple
drives
fields?
a sick
Wait.
truck.
Oh, I get it now.
And that's when it hit me. There's only one person I know who has such an annoying attention to detail. When that thought came to mind, I immediately said to myself, there's no way.
Well, that didn't sound
But
like
after
Van.
learning the Garden Master's true identity, fighting through hell and back during that coup, and seeing people be recreated by the 8th Genesis, I couldn't entirely dismiss the idea.
A deceased revolutionary, clinging to existence like a parasite.
And the Genesis recreating versions of Jin and Kilika, who were almost like abstractions.
Not bad. However, there is still one small thing you failed to pick up on.
Yeah?
If I am who you believe me to be, then tell me, what reason would I have to hide behind the name C?
Well, the plot would be kind of bad
Why
if you
would
just
I
told us who
adopt
you
an
were.
ill-conceived alias, used by those who operated in the shadows of Crossbell and the Empire?
That's the easy part, actually. There's a reason you chose the name C in particular, outside of needing a convenient smokescreen. And that reason has less to do with the name itself, and more to do with its placement in the alphabet. You picked C because it would conceal your real initials, while also falling right in between them.
I never considered that.
What?
The alphabet? The letters before and after C would be...
B and D.
I mean,
I don't believe the order matters in this particular instance.
Yeah.
okay, so they are doing this.
So, here's our
But-
answer.
They don't know him.
About time you showed your face.
But like,
Dingo Brad.
yeah. Because I did think that, but then as soon as Nadia and Swin said maybe we know him, that threw me off. God damn
You get a
it.
passing mark, Van.
Because I did think that for like a second, and then I was like, oh, well, and they said we know him. Then I was like, oh, it is just Van again. But like, why?
You not only ascertained my true identity, but also the reason I chose the name C.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. That part's dumb as shit. I'm sorry.
Now you can bear witness to my true form.
What do you
A
mean?
mere shard-based replica. The shadow of my old self.
Like, just let him be dead. Let him be dead. I don't care about evil Dingo. This might actually be worse than the other two options. I mean, I kind of like it because it being Dingo was not as obvious. But I did definitely, because I mean, well, he sounds like Dingo. But honestly, Swin and Nadia threw me off. Because they don't know him, right?
You, on the other hand, are the same as ever. You may be a year older, but time hasn't smoothed your rough edges.
Yeah, whatever.
I feel like I just walked into a retirement home. Still.
I don't know. I like it more than Van, but I think I like it less than it being fake Epstein. Yeah, that's where I'll land on that. I just don't, because like I praised him so much for actually killing off a semi-important character, and like presumably, you know, it's not really him. He's gonna die. I mean, they're basically doing a low way, but I just don't feel like there's, because like with the low way, there was clearly a real loose end to tie up to somewhat justify it. Bringing Dingo back, I just don't feel like it needs to happen.
I did have my suspicions. But even now, I still can't wrap my head around all this.
The idea of him being the third scene never even crossed my mind. So, he's a shard replica?
But, like, Dingo has no relation to the Genesis at all. How could he have been trapped in the 8th Genesis? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, Van, at least, you know, there's like some time travel shit. And Epstein, of course, makes sense because he's the one who had them originally.
Does that mean... No. I thought that may have meant the real Dingo was still with us. But that isn't the case, is it?
No. I'm not of this world anymore.
He does look kind of cool.
As you already know, my life ended when Cray Village ceased to be.
Apparently when you get resurrected as an evil version of yourself, you gotta rock the red scarf.
Unlike the immovable and the flying swallow, this form wasn't created based on a pre-existing body. The circumstances surrounding its creation run parallel to what happened to that Basel professor, and are a direct result of what transpired in Cray.
Did you say Basel? Do you mean Professor Callahan?
Obviously, Katra.
His memories and personality were converted into an AI by the 5th Genesis.
I've reviewed the footage of the Cray incident countless times over. But even I never once considered the possibility of it sparking a convergence.
Is that really what happened?
That still doesn't make any sense if he's trapped in the shard of the 8th because we had that Genesis.
Van.
Aptly put, Mr. Presidential Aide.
What?
When the end had arrived, I resigned myself to my fate. But in those last few moments, I felt a pang of regret. Despite how I viewed myself, I knew there were others who cared for my well-being, who would mourn my passing.
Alright, since you're back, Dingo, real question. Why did you go to pray and sacrifice yourself to get footage of the explosion when we already knew Dante's was the one behind it? Just asking for a friend. I mean, it was like cool and all, but like, and a very noble thing to do, but frankly, all you accomplished was letting us know that Dante's is the one who did it, which we already knew that.
Had I anticipated Dante's
That's kind of cool.
I could have saved everyone. By not doing more for those people, I committed an egregious sin.
Well, no, that's, I mean, what were you gonna do? Jump in front of the nuke?
That moment of overwhelming shame and self-loathing was the origin point, where my observed existence was absorbed into the network.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, they said it, not me.
Melchior had connected the legacy, which happens to be an observation device, to the Orbital network.
What?
And that meant your consciousness had been stored in the core of the 8th Genesis.
Oh god. We were doing so good. Okay. That moment of overwhelming shame and self-loathing was the origin point, where my observed existence was absorbed into the network. Melchior had connected the legacy, which happens to be an observation device, to the Orbital network. But they didn't have the core of the 8th Genesis. Who even had the core? Because by the time it shows up, the Guardmaster already has it, right? I mean, maybe they did? That doesn't... Whatever.
The pieces are slowly coming together.
All in a split second? Wait, no. Time isn't really an issue here, is it?
Right. If Elysium was tasked with completing the convergence, for example, It would have taken it about 10 seconds to do the job. And if it had the power of the 8th Genesis backing it up, it'd take 2 seconds at most, probably even less. But the 8th is a special piece of work. After all, it acts as the core of the...
There's that garbled bullshit again. That isn't important right now, though.
Long story short, the 8th is the reason you're here.
And while residing within the core, you sent Van a warning about the Revolution Festival.
Yeah, I mean, that clears that up a little bit. I'll give him that.
Then sometime after that,
yeah,
you fell
okay, you
into
know
the
what?
Garden Master's clutches, who made you into his Crimson Beast.
That is a good plot point. Because that actually gives Dingo's death some meaning. Granted, once again, we already knew some shit was gonna go down at the festival. But I do kind of like that. Sending like a message from the beyond somehow. I still... It just feels unnecessary.
You've got it. As a result, I killed many gangsters and special ops troops. At first, he had me dancing to his tune, marching in step.
And like, but why has he become the fucking Grendel if it's Dingo? And...
But gradually, I was able to wrestle control back from him, and by Nemeth Island, I was free of his influence. Believe you me, playing the part of his silent, subservient pet from then on was no easy task.
Look at you, being all humble.
Yeah, you fooled us pretty good. Ever consider taking up acting as a career?
That explains why you tried to warn us, even through all that.
I guess looks aren't the only thing you've got going for you. No wonder Boss leaned on you so much.
What? I mean, the idea that Rufus knows that Rufus knows Dingo I can kind of buy, but like, they don't know each other? Like, I feel like that, I mean, at least, has that been mentioned? I mean, it's possible and I've just forgotten because it was like a throwaway maybe at the start of the game, but...
Huh? He did?
Yeah. Like we said before, our boss has a bit of a checkered history. He met an informant shortly after entering the Republic 2 years ago. That man became a benefactor of sorts for him.
We never met him in person, but I think they talked over comms.
Okay.
He said he had his eye on you because of how active you were behind the scenes during the war.
I'll admit, I was taken aback when he reached out to me.
Man, Swin and I, you really guys threw me off. Made me look stupid. I know it's like, oh, of course you were gonna say it. I was thinking, because, well, I mean, I would not have thought it until he started talking. But I was like, oh yeah, his voice is really familiar. And I couldn't quite place it. And then I was thinking Dingo, and then they said, oh, maybe we know him. And then I went back to, oh, it's Van. Because it does make, I mean, it makes more sense because, I mean, it makes sense because obviously the Grendel connection. B, Van's had access to the Genesis. He's connected to them. So the idea that there could be some time, future, past bullshit going on, where like an imprint of Van gets stuck in one of the Genesis and is stored across the Genesis, across the timelines, or blah blah blah. Or it's like a, you know, even like a Van from the future gets stored in the Genesis and it like stays the same even in the past Genesis. And then one of those, oh yeah, and the way he talked to Swin, when he's talking to Swin at the in the tower, like that dialogue sounds like shit Van would say, which is when I first really started being convinced there.
I prepared some false IDs for him, and we both wreaked a bit of havoc here and there.
But I am glad it's not Van, because as previously said, they already did that plot point. It would be lame to do it again.
but that was all part of my job as an informant. I believe benefactor is a bit of a misnomer.
Dingo just feels so random, and...
Well, he was grateful to you all the same.
You must be lying out of your ass. Nobody's that cool.
And the second question is, why are we gonna fight?
He has an interesting background indeed, and I'm not the least bit surprised to hear it.
Alright, quit stroking his ego, everyone. Though, I ain't shocked to hear that you came back around on your own. Anyway, it's time we cut to the chase, Dingo. Actually, I think it'd be best if I called you what you are. A clone created by the 8th Genesis, the Grendel Zolga.
Can anybody ask that question? The elephant in the room?
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Right. You're not the real Dingo.
Yeah. Like the replicas of Jin and Kilika. I'm nothing but an imposter.
And he's among us.
A being whose only purpose is to observe, in accordance with the 8th Genesis' design. And that which the 8th Genesis is designed to observe is karma, the one thing in which humanity by its very nature cannot escape.
Karma is humanity's sin. In fact, it's the original sin.
What?
Is he planning to fight us? Is that how he intends to settle this?
Settle what?
But why?
If he's like those Jin and Kilika clones, then there wasn't any other way this was gonna end.
Over those 3 days, you were exposed to an unsavory truth. Humanity is weak. Feed them a story that fits their premise of how things should be. And all ethics, morality, and bonds are readily cast aside. And in turn, there's no line they won't cross. Just look at Dante's, Melchior, and the overseers of the gardens. Or even myself, a foolish man whose actions put Almada on the path to power. Naturally, not all will fall to sin, but the potential for it lies within everyone. That weakness is humanity's original sin, one that the 8th Genesis was built to observe with vigilance. Its
I must
ceaseless
purge the
observation
world.
persists.
I
It
roll.
has yet to truly be brought to an end.
And frankly, it's just, I don't buy it. Because it feels kind of like their minds are being messed with. There's obvious mental corruption going on. So the whole, oh, you just feed people a bit of misinformation and they'll become monsters. It doesn't quite hit.
A beast that devours sin. Huh.
Well, I do appreciate you going into a lot of detail about the request and all. But I don't think any of us are looking to become your next meal. That'd make for a real shit ending if you ask me.
You don't mean...
Yes, the present you now know will soon be reconstructed. All the sins of those 3 days that you erased will come back into being. The forced reset is a byproduct of the Oct-Genesis. It is a retry method that can only be performed so many times. Its purpose is to achieve the desired observational outcome. Very soon, the other possibilities that were archived from past resets will be designated as the final observational outcome.
But why?
That's bullshit! Why did it have to come to this?
What?
No, that's not an outcome we're willing to accept.
That doesn't make any
Even
sense.
if you say there's nothing we can do,
We're not just gonna stand here and
I'll
let
wait till
that
the
happen.
combat starts.
We dispelled those illusions and deceptions, all to attain the present we now reside in. While this may sound conceited, we will not let all our efforts go to waste.
Darn straight, this is one plot twist I'm definitely not on board with. No way, no how.
I'm with you there. And if Ace were here, I'm sure he'd say the same thing.
Yeah. A future without S and LP is a future I don't want to live in. I don't want a future without me either. Don't make me go back to being all red and ugly.
Facts.
I suppose another coup d'etat would cast a considerable pall over the festival. You may have aided me in the past, but I can't allow you to take this from us.
Don't expect things to play out in the way you're envisioning. Because I will not let that outcome come to pass.
I'm Kincaid.
I'm not about to let another coup d'etat come about. No matter what, I will prevent it. Miss Misarugi will require your aid.
You got it. For the record, I was planning to help out even without a contract.
We're facing a Genesis that observes sin. And you too, Dingo. I know you're being forced to carry out its function. I'm so sorry. But in order for us to hold on to our present, we have no choice but to fight.
And that is how it should be.
Okay, let's show him what the original Grendel is made of.
You read my mind. About time we got this 4SPG underway. Let's go, Grendel Zolga!
Very well. Then face me, Van Oct-Radium.
Alright. No! Fuck you! Eat my ass! What the hell?
You wish to hold the world to your present, then fight!
Is that even good? No, it's ass, man! The damage to stun is okay.
Let's stay on the offensive.
It's not that bad. It's actually fine. I'm a little annoyed that they overwrote what I had. But alright, everyone hush. I gotta say some stuff. So,
We should go on the attack.
the time reversing is because the Genesis are trying to force the timeline outcome that they want to happen. Okay, I vibe with that. I'm vibing. If that is the case, that would mean that it is going against what the corrupted 8th Genesis is trying to achieve. Right? Because the 8th Genesis is not being used for its original function. It was being... those false timelines were created so a goose could do something and time travel back to the past so he could get his head chopped off again, probably. Why would the Genesis then overwrite the outcome that they wanted to happen to have the corrupted outcomes happen?
We've got this in the bag.
Right? Like, you understand what I'm saying.
With all your strength.
Because I think the idea of the Genesis are like a self-correcting mechanism to try and create a desired timeline, I can kind of vibe with. Now, my problem is that I just feel like the Genesis should not be that fucking strong.
We should go on the attack.
I mean, I get that they're like meant to be the time Septerion, or like a part of it. But it still just seems like a little ridiculous. To be able to do it like just like a part of the Genesis being able to do it. If it was like, you know, the very full thing could rewrite the timeline, I could buy it. Because like Kia could do that shit. But even then, that's like, you know, Kia at max power and whatnot. But like, it just doesn't make sense why we're fighting the Grendel Zolga, and why is there an evil Grendel in the first place? Does that mean anybody with a Genesis can turn into a Grendel? So it has no relation whatsoever to Van's demon stuff. Those are two separate things. Because Dingo being the Grendel doesn't make... Because it's not like everyone was able to turn into a Grendel when they got corrupted. It's just Dingo?
We've got this in the
man.
Here goes. Over here. Here goes.
Why'd you go again instantly? Oh no, my CP, I forgot.
You're up, friend.
Zypha, stay back! Zypha, activate! We'll win!
Fanny boy. I kind of would have well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I wouldn't have minded if you got hit. Because I kind of want you guys spread out just as much as possible. Like, just in case he has like an AoE super attack that doesn't actually hit the whole screen, but it just hits most of the screen.
Stay back! Now it's my turn.
Man, the evasion's actually working. Which, I mean, in the past we've had high evasion, it did approximately jack and shit.
Zypha, activate!
But I mean, really, we want Van to get hit though.
Here goes.
I'll remember this.
Oh yeah, you're why? I mean, it didn't say we could turn into the Grendel, but presumably we can. What's our? Is that thunder? Okay. Pretty loud thunder. So if the video cuts abruptly, you know what happened.
We've got this in the bag. Here we go. Zypha activate.
Stay back! Time for a little payback. Zypha, activate!
Oh, that's the wrong move. Oh.
Nadia!
Ah, he did something.
Got your number.
Apparently Van dodged it.
Taking point.
Pretty rude. Cast this. We'll have Nadia move back. Oh. Cast over here.
This will help. It's time. Zypha, activate.
Oh god, we lost our Kate.
Bring it on.
That's why he's mad. I was like, man, he's really going after him.
Yeah, Ren, if you...
Is this the extent of your power, Spriggan?
Okay, go back to hitting Van, please. Oh no.
Got your number.
That didn't actually hurt that bad, but he is still...
Pour down the shard field?
Wait, what?
How is he so powerful?
Whoa!
Can you do something about this, man?
Kinda cool.
I'm trying. Just hang in there a little longer, okay?
It's extremely random, but...
Let's get to work. I can't see shit. They totally just hit me with the epilepsy attack. Okay, horrible dodge.
This is it.
Okay, is this motherfucker ever getting stunned? I don't know what... Can I go back to combat? My triangle, it did nothing? I'm just saying, you're no fucking tree of creation. Alright, motherfucker?
Alright, let's redeploy.
You think you can take out the dude who beat the fucking tree of creation? No items? Almost didn't even have to use the spirit necklace? Max difficulty? You think you can take out this motherfucker with those same ass animations? You think I ain't seen that shit before? I don't even remember. What's the name of the Ysate boss? It's like the something of all creation. can't be coming at me with those same exact moves.
Zypha?
Here we go.
Just because you thought because I haven't done any combat the entire game, I'd forget how to dodge? Pathetic. Pathetic. Now we are about to get turbo fucked because Van doesn't have hate.
Let's stay on the
Zypha activate.
My move now.
Hey Van, better just walk over here, hit him with a coin bullet.
There's a pick-me-up.
Thank you. My thing. Now then.
Okay, Red, I really need you to cast do we hedge our bets? Do we hedge our bets? She has no CP.
We should go on the attack.
Because my plan was switch to Judith, have her ult, because it purges, or it all cancels.
Got this in the bag.
Okay, we can do it.
Falling back. Taking center stage.
Going all in.
Because see, if you're about to S-craft me, know that the motherfucker who did you in was Harwood. Because if Harwood didn't just boom my ass, I would have no-brained it, but you're trying to activate some of the CS neurons, which you shouldn't have. Also, by the way, your thing does buff removal, yes. But you gotta hope you can do it in time.
It's go time. You can't best me.
I presume that's gonna hit the whole screen.
We've got this in the bag.
I mean, just in case.
Garden, Mr. Arkwright.
Like hell. All you got?
Like I said, Harwood sends his fucking regards. Alright?
I won't hold back.
That is some really loud thunder, by the way.
The rest is up. Leave it to me.
It's your fault. He awoke some of the CS neurons. They've been vacant. We haven't had to think in a very long time. They're not working as effectively as they used to, but they're still there.
Move in. Zypha, activate.
Okay, now we don't have hate, so... Well, we do have hate. He's just a hater.
Zypha activate.
Okay, now you're not supposed to be here.
Your turn. Taking point.
Go ahead and pop that.
Thank you. Now then.
Okay, back to the damage. Back to the damage. Got no S-juice.
Here goes.
Yo, get up, Red.
Now it's my turn.
Presumably he's defending it, right?
I'll guard. We'll win. Not a chance.
Our time to shine.
Van won't die, probably.
Guarding.
Time for a little payback.
Told you, my man's goated.
Zypha, activate.
Do kind of wish you'd stop doing that shit, though, and just go back to punching me in the face. I got no S-juice. Can you heal in time? You can.
Thanks a million.
Zypha, activate.
Here we go. Zypha activate.
Okay, can I please get just a little S-juice?
Time for a little payback.
Just a little S-juice.
Zypha, activate.
Eat it, Roy.
You can't best me.
Zypha.
Here we go.
Do you know the forte? You do.
Let's stay on the offensive.
Please.
Zypha activate. Get up, Red.
In this fight, it's devour or be devoured.
Hey. Oh, what the hell? Please don't. I don't want to switch characters. I don't want to switch characters. That is really, I mean, I kind of like it as a mechanic, but it is really random when it just kind of happens when you're not expecting it. I mean, I kind of like it though. Now, I do think it should be a little bit shorter. But I mean, it's free damage, I suppose. Now, I did hit triangle and it didn't do anything. I mean, I guess in theory we don't have to go back into... Okay, well... Wasn't really shit I could do there, man.
My move now.
Okay. You know how to do it to him?
Easy does it.
Trying to think. Best way to do this. I mean, well, do we have any S-Juice? We do. I think we just do the same thing again.
Stay on guard.
You're up.
Taking center stage.
I think same play.
It's go time.
Granted, if we're all at low HP though because of that, then it doesn't really matter. It's gonna kill us regardless. Nadia the goat?
I'm so good.
I could really use a heal.
Oh, you're stealthed. I didn't even realize. I thought you had your 1 HP proc. Best person to res. Who's got the best riz? I mean, Elaine has the most HP. Rin's the fastest. We could send in Van, but it's a little risky. But I guess you could Grendel, but I don't want you to Grendel when everyone's dead.
Thank you.
And you're still stealthed. So as long as Elaine doesn't die. But she didn't. Bring back Rennie Bobini.
My thanks.
Can't do this.
Now then.
Kind of rude. We'll get Judith back. Oh, actually, Elaine can deal with Judith. Do just a nugget of damage.
Time for a little payback.
All right, never mind. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll win. This will help. Stay back.
Now I'm mad.
Okay, Judith will live.
Let's stay on the offensive.
Probably.
You'll be sorry. Your turn.
I'll take over.
That boy Van's back. Oh, your defense stuff react? Or no, you probably already have. Wait, how would you have defense? I don't know. Oh, probably because we started combat and you have like an auto defense up thing. Yeah, heated roar.
Here goes.
Oh, wait, can you? No, you can't be the Grendel. Okay. Yeah, obviously, why would you want to turn into the Grendel, even though we literally had a whole fucking line about the real Grendel? I mean, I guess there's a second phase, and that's when we Grendel up permanently, but it is just kind of funny.
You're up, Ren.
Zypha, stay back. Zypha, activate. I'll remember this.
Okay, so now we can finally just start, like, healing.
Easy does it.
Zypha, activate.
Our time to shine.
Okay, Rena's buffed. Chrono me.
It's time. Zypha, activate.
I can't believe we have not gotten a single turn order S boost, by the way.
Stay back.
Like, not being a hater, but
Zypha, activate.
I think it's a little fishy.
Zypha, activate. I'll aid you. Your turn. You hit him.
If you proc. Oh, you didn't proc.
Now it's my turn.
I don't think it would have been enough anyway. Can't cast in time. Van, if only you could get some fucking C-Pizzle!
I'll guard. Your turn, Nadia.
Got your number.
This is gonna be a rough one.
I'm a little worried about the second phase going in with no HP, so I'm not gonna kill you yet. I want to do damage, but I don't want to kill you.
You're up, Rand.
Until you can get a heal off. So you do that. Do whatever damage you can.
This will help.
Thanks a million.
Oh dang, I left my coffee.
What the?
You reverted?
Me when I'm the Grendel's Olga?
Damn it! It's like what happened with that demon lord!
Even a shard barrier won't be enough, I fear.
Mare, I'll bear the nightmare.
Right.
Well, I didn't even get asked. You're supposed to like be like, you want to bear the nightmare? And then I think about it, I say, I don't know, do I want to bear the nightmare today? Are we super Grendel? No, wait. No, we're not even super Grendel.
Van! Please, take care of Dingo!
This is the end. Now come at me. Surprise.
Ah.
It's our turn now.
Okay, I do. I got a little water. We'll keep going. 1 second.
Let's stay on the offensive.
Alright, had to very loudly guzzle that. How do I play this game? I got no S juice. That's bad. I don't like it when I don't have S juice.
We should go on the attack.
Like, how do we want to do this? Okay, this is AoE.
Let's stay on the offensive.
We'll do this. Then we definitely want the hate.
Time for a little payback.
Start.
Zypha, activate. Stay back. Zypha, activate.
We'll take that.
And they are kind of fucking us up.
You can do this.
Impede. HP absorb, and then a punch.
Huh?
I do remember your S-Craft did a shit ton of damage. We do need to be on the lookout for that.
Wilt, I'll lend a hand.
Radiant.
Sunday! With a cherry on top.
New speed limiter unlocked.
Stay back.
Hey! It's when your turn, man. Oh, that fucker's still alive?
Zypha, activate.
Full boost.
Okay, it'll die to
And
Rennie Bobini. How do we want to save our mana? I think we literally just want to like punch you 4 times. Well, what's one that arts resist? Punch, punch.
I'll let you hand.
Yeah, Ren, if you...
Our time to shine.
I do kind of wish he was a little bit further away.
Taking point.
You know, just talking out loud. Do wish he was a little bit further away. Wonder if we, I'd rather try and have Van move him. And also,
Let's stay on the
let's
offensive.
boost Van.
Zypha, activate.
Zypha, activate.
We'll take that. Full boost. Don't hold back, Van.
We still got hate. We need to kind of, well, do we get mana regen? I guess we get some mana regen. I don't really know how that works. We want to wait. Yeah, we'll wait for Rin to cast. Dude's loading a save state.
What's going on?
Military garrison? We just go back 2 months in time?
You're level 4 now, bitch. Okay. This is kind of neat. What if you don't have a lane set up?
We should go on the attack.
You just play him without in a lane?
Chance!
Pretty cool if you turn it into Grendel right now, Van.
You can't best me.
Yep. Lane, I don't really know what to do with you, girly.
Zypha, lady.
Here goes! Take that! Here goes!
I'll remember this. Huh?
Here goes!
I like the music here.
This will help.
Thanks, pal.
If possible, because you have the stun with Mayor, but we do want to try and ult on the stun, if possible.
Huh?
Good S juice, because we needed it. Yeah, you do get bonus stun damage. We want to remember that.
This will help.
I owe you one. Bring it on!
You can't best me.
This is a little La Forte. You got your CP. Just need to hit him from the back. Not quite gonna get him.
I'll remember this. Zypha.
I owe you one. Got your number. Chance.
Hey, man, I was just about to do my thing, man. Oh, man, remember when Aaron had a damn demon inside of him?
It's the tyrant. We must be experiencing a scenario where we were unable to stop it.
Looks like anything's possible here. But I'm not about to be done in by a couple of imposters.
I'm not gonna roll over that easy. Put you back in your place as many times as it takes.
Hey, Anya's Aaron, get the fuck out of my party, please. Oh, no. You motherfuckers. Why'd you give me the easy one first?
Going all in!
It's okay, Van can solo probably. God, that's a lot of HP. I guess we don't have to do all of it though. I don't know if it's just to survive or
Let's party.
we did need to get him to a certain amount. Oh, no, because we didn't even attack yet. There wasn't like a damage trigger that we got pushed past. I think it was the turn count. This is pretty neat though. I'm vibing with the execution of this boss fight, even if I feel like the reason we're fighting is very silly.
Let's party!
Blade.
Okay, Van's here. Van can he can coin bullet.
Got your number.
And Anya's, she has a Thelis. That's a good spell. Hey, you got LaForte. I think Aaron has a few quartz equipped.
Activating drive.
You'll be sorry for that.
You could shake that thing.
Keep it up, it's working.
Blazing flash!
Not exactly the most impressive damage in the world. I don't think anybody would accuse him of having done more damage than God or anything like that, but
Show me what you got.
Here goes.
who do I think is scarier? I don't remember what Ida. I don't remember what either of them did. We could just AoE. I'd rather try and focus on one. You sealed him. How? My seal did nothing?
Going all in. Got your number. Bring it on.
Here goes. Send you. You've got this on.
I mean, you don't have much evasion, but you might have a little.
Time to go.
Ow! Oop! Ouchies!
Here goes.
Man, I really wish you'd not gotten hit there, champ.
Pull out all the stops.
There.
I owe you one.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Go. That it. Chance.
Okay. Reboost. No. Don't boost yet. Heater drawer.
Here goes.
Double reboost.
Show me what you got.
Beat them. Hit them with the
Van.
Let's do this. Here goes.
You won't get away.
Definitely. Oh man. Oh no, that's Ida. Okay, I was like, man, we're still at 160k.
Going all in.
We could stun. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize you were so close to being stunned.
Flame. Not getting through. No, you don't.
Got your number. This done. I owe you one.
Here goes.
Take that.
Going on. Make it count there.
I'll pull for
Chance.
That's decent damage. Oh, well, it's not stunned anymore. Alright. It was fun, I suppose.
No, you don't. Activating drive. Ha!
My move now.
Yeah, that attack is pretty... seems like it does a lot of damage. But I do feel good about focusing the Idster.
Let's party.
Here goes. Got your number.
Perfect chance.
I don't really know what to do with you, Fairy.
It's working. Fairy, your guardian blade. Slice him up. No, you don't.
I mean, I guess that wasn't the worst damage for a character who has no equipment and
A chance.
No quartz.
Here goes.
Fan buddy, if you would please, if you would kindly go again, if you would kindly activate an ability You would kindly not die. If you would kindly not die, sir, that would be very good for me. Okay, so you probably need, as long as you proc like a burst gain, I think you're okay. I'm a little worried about that dude evading and killing me. He can't evade from all the way over here, probably. Hey, man! I was gonna boom him! I guess it really is, well, that one was on damage, but I think it is just we need to survive.
Oh, you've gotta be shitting me!
Catra has some
forms
quartz.
of Melchior and Gerard Dante.
And Judith
These are the last faces.
maybe has a quartz.
But it's okay. We're
Rosette,
stronger than we were last
0
time.
quartz.
Right. Let's send these guys back to Gehenna. For good this time.
That was the worst party we had. So
Pressure him and move in.
now these guys have S-crafts, which is spooky because we don't really have the mechanisms to deal with that.
Here goes! Chance!
I don't know why you sometimes double act. It's like so random.
Now or never.
Because like usually when it takes Van 1,000 years before he gets to go again.
I suggest we strike now.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody's got opinions, Rosette.
Activating drive.
Okay, now that's, I mean, him spawning the clones is actually kind of good.
I've got you covered.
To a degree. I don't think Catra has, what spells do you have? So this does more damage instances.
I suggest we strike now.
What's your quartz? Yeah, you do have the cast cost.
Going all in!
I think it'll be okay. It is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Got your number. Go.
There!
Mr. Salesian!
Chance!
That's pretty good.
Here goes!
Who do I think's a bigger threat? Probably Dante's.
Stop right there!
And there's actually a good argument for doing the AoE one here with this many targets.
Go.
Although he cast in something. Nobody, well, you impede.
Threat detected. Take care.
Something's coming.
Get
ready.
Zeros! Pounds!
I don't know. I mean, I did entertain the idea that it would miss. I did not think it would miss all of them. Look at this impedes. Honestly, I had no clue this impeded. Hand to God, I know it's our most used ability. I did not know it impeded. But actually, I need a coin bullet because we're going to lose hate. So hopefully, whatever he does, it ain't that big a deal. Maybe he's just casting like tier. Oh, that's a problem.
Got your number.
It's go time.
Actually didn't hurt that bad. The problem is our healing abilities are... They leave something to be desired.
Got your
Don't
number.
do anything crazy.
Thanks.
Here I go.
Stop right there! Stop right there!
Got your number.
Yeah.
Here goes.
Eat me?
Here goes.
Kind of walk over here, partner.
I'll dice you up. Here goes.
Right, well, I guess we're not really... Because, I mean, Catra still hasn't cast a second spell yet. Holy fuck, what is your speed, man? It might actually be 2. Because he only cast the 1 spell, right? Okay.
We've returned.
That's the
That
squad.
may have been the most irritating field trip I've ever been on.
But we overcame it, and now we're at the final sprint.
Let's wrap this up, you guys.
One last battle, and it's all over.
Now go beat the snot out of that guy.
I am so thirsty.
All right, Dingo.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to pause for a second and go grab some water.
Let's pit my Grendel against yours.
Oh, we got some vocalized music. Alright, we'll let it go for a little bit. I don't want to cut it off as soon as it starts.
Let's stay on the offensive.
Yeah, we do still have low EP.
We should go on the attack.
This is the opening theme, right? From the opening. I definitely recognize it. I guess explains why in the opening they're fighting in void space. I do remember that, seeing the where it's the two Grendels fighting on the cube plane and being like, oh, we must go to a phase dimension at some point.
Let's stay on the offensive.
Yeah, you do want to get your hate.
Let's stay on the offensive.
You'd only need a little bit of EP because you have fairly low bat max anyway. Alright. Just frankly rude.
We should go on the attack.
Oh, I think I just want to punch you 3 times. You give
Let's stay on the offensive.
Rennie Bobini. I got no fucking S juice, dude.
We'll take that.
I do wish S generation was faster. Because it's like, you're so dependent on turn order to get any. Okay, you got a lot of CP. We're not going to be able to S-craft, so I may as well do some stronger stuff. Hey! That's incredibly rude, alright? Nobody hits a lane in this household.
We've got this in the bag.
What am I doing?
Zypha. Now then.
No, I'd rather... We gotta keep it on ban.
Zypha, activate.
It didn't really do that much damage because she dodged, but... I mean, you have hate. I guess he just kind of somewhat ignores it, which is fine. Oh no, you're not boosted! I was gonna end with something else.
Time for a little payback.
Just keep slightly inching back.
Zypha, activate.
You do that. You aura breath. May as well cast this as well.
Yeah! Your turn, Nadia! Yeah!
It's a million!
Yeah!
Get him, Ren!
Now then!
Yeah, you didn't proc. If you'd proc feathers, I probably would have ulted with Van, but...
Zypha, activate!
Take him out!
Van, buddy.
Time to pump it up!
Hey.
Stay on guard!
Take
Do that. This.
We'll win!
Proc feathers, nice.
Leaving this one to you? I'll lend a hand!
Oh yeah, I really okay. We'll let the S-craft finish, and then I'm gonna go run and grab water.
Radiant! Sunrise! This isn't over yet.
Oh, I'm gonna totally come back, and he's gonna S-craft me, and I'm gonna forget. I'm only gonna be going for a second though. Alright, we're back. Now, it has been more than, like, a few seconds. I lied because I remembered the part 103 video went up, which is the 8 years, Anyas! 8 years! And I wanted to see what people were saying. But pretty much most people agree. Well, everyone but one person agrees. That it's cringe. Which is a pretty good ratio, I suppose. We've, I feel like we filtered out most of the it's okay to date children people at this point. Now, what you're about to ult on my ass. Maybe. You are sealed, which means you can't ult on me, but just in case. Okay.
What to do?
We're about to be stunned. It's gonna be a very long time for Vayne gets to ult again, though. And you do have hate. Gotta remember everything that's up. Don't want to forget our fundamentals. Actually, don't do that.
Stay back! Now it's my turn.
Just need to... Okay, we actually could ult on their ass. Okay, do not S-craft or S-boost. Don't do that, please. Okay, she will cast in time. Good. It's only a +1 though, so... Boom. You're not stunned. Why are you not stunned? You should be stunned. Nana, don't you dare fucking miss.
Take this and this.
You motherfucker. That actually worked out okay.
Take him out.
Basically, we just want to punch you, hope we get a res down and ult.
You can do this.
Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We're throwing 1 HP absorb. Yeah, we got the HP for it. Or the CP.
I'll lend a hand.
Not bad.
Limiter unlocked.
I know he's definitely gonna ult on us though. In a second. You already know it in your heart to be true. You can't really like get you to run towards us.
I'm pulling out, taking center stage.
Just, you know, in case.
What to do?
I know you have an S-craft, you fucker.
Pressure him and move in.
Like, oh yeah, I should have Forte Van.
Zypher activate.
Zypher activate.
There he goes. I really shouldn't have skipped. I didn't really need to skip that, but we have seen it.
It's our turn now.
He's still... We got a lane. She's still alive. An ult.
Take this.
Yeah, they really didn't take much damage. Wait, did I use the wrong one? That hit 2. Maybe that, I don't know, maybe that has like a tiny AoE. And it did clip.
Time to pump it up!
Take this!
No escape!
I'll lend a hand.
Pretty good. Got some free damage with the execute.
It's our turn now.
I mean, as long as we get kind of lucky with dodges and stuff, we can potentially not die. Now the question is, if we die as Grendel, do we instant game over? Which I don't think we've ever been in a situation like that. I don't. Oh, you can actually ult again. Ten lowers.
Time to pump it up!
Take this! Boost speed limiter removed! We'll take that!
Honestly, I feel like they should be getting more hits in than they actually are.
Take this!
No mistake!
Take him out! Full boost! Don't hold back! I'll let you down!
Here goes! Take this!
Take this!
Sir, you're dead, and I S-craft first. Or is this a cutscene? I do remember this. Okay, that's the cutscene.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's kind of cool. Hit him with the fucking dragon punch.
Radiant Sunray!
Okay, they kind of cooked with that right there.
Van.
That'll be cool when it's
Wow.
actually somebody
He actually did it.
important we're fighting.
Nice going.
But no, that boss fight's actually really, really cool. They did a
Looks
lot
like
of
you're
neat
you
things
again,
with it.
you damn lady killer.
Yeah.
It being
And I
Dingo
had
is
to
still
evolve.
so weird.
Van and Dingo! Oh, thank Arusha!
Yes. I was a little worried there
You
for a
think
moment.
Mario's gonna shoot Van when we tell her that we met Phantom Dingo?
Does that mean...
Probably. The Genesees have most likely regained their luster.
You're right. It looks like they have their power back. But that means...
I don't know if I want the 8th Genesis, man. This shit seems kind of a little problematic. I don't really like
Feared
them.
as such.
Oh, come on. Why the long face? I'm just going back where I belong. This is a time for celebration, not tears. I mean, you finally completed the little lady's request.
Well, half of it anyway, which is kind of crazy to admit. Given all the stuff we've been through together, would have liked having you along for the ride. You'd have been a big help.
No, I'm sure you guys can get along just fine without me. You made it this far on your own, right? You know, when I first met you, you reminded me of myself back when I was still wet behind the ears. But somewhere along the way, people started relying on you more and more, and it looks like you learned how to rely on them in return. Thanks for taking on my 4SPG. You really did me a solid there, Van.
Think nothing of it. I already owed you for all you've done for me. A guy's gotta pay his debts when he gets the chance, right? Wish you'd give me a little more time to pay back everything I owe. Maybe I can pass along a message for you? To Marielle, I mean.
Not being able to talk with her before the end is my one regret. I'm proud of her, even if she stumbles or spins her wheels along the way. She's finally standing on her own 2 feet. I only wish We could have talked one last.
Dingo? Is that you?
Whatever.
What? Marielle?
What is she doing here?
Hey! When'd you run off, LP?
You left to find her on your own?
Not exactly.
Does she even know who Marielle is?
Here. A certain someone reached out to me since that glasses guy's tracker doesn't work here.
It can't be.
Oh, but it can, Renee Kincaid. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last. You'll have to excuse me for keeping my face concealed. Swim, Nadia, it's been some time since we last crossed paths. You both look well.
Well, I'll be. That's some trick you pulled, boss.
So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Of course, I wasn't worried about you in the slightest.
Wait a sec. Don't tell me you're...
Wasn't he officially declared dead after that disaster in Crossbell?
Yeah, isn't he fucking evil as hell?
I had not realized I would be unable to track him when I set foot in this place.
Isn't he the most evil man?
Your name was Van Arkwright, yes? You have my thanks for looking after those three in my stead. I wanted to express my gratitude in some way, so I had Lapis fill me in on all that's transpired.
So, this is a dream, right? A man wearing sunglasses called out to me, and when he put his phone to my ear, I heard Dingo's voice. Then I rushed over to the tower, and...
As a token of my appreciation for all Dingo's done for me, I arranged to have her brought here.
But how does he know what's going on?
I believed we made it in time.
Can't believe it.
What? That's awfully considerate of you. Thanks.
Dingo? Oh, Dingo! Dingo! It's you! It's really you!
And after I just got done telling everyone how independent you've become, now I'm starting to get worried.
You should be worried! I'm a complete mess without you, Dingo!
Oh, I can't agree there. If your coverage of the coup is anything to go by, you're doing great. And if you've been listening, you know what's about to happen, right? I've already passed on. So, this one fleeting moment we have together will be our last. Thank you, everyone. Now, I can leave this world without any regrets.
I was simply returning a favor. That is all.
Me too. Don't think I didn't notice the point where you started looking out for me. You were the one who loosened the leash that masked jerk had on me. It's thanks to you that I became myself again.
Guess we owe you thanks too.
Yup. You're an awesome guy, Dingo.
And Van, I will always, always be grateful to you and your friends for what you did here. There's one last thing I need to tell you, Agnes, about your great-grandfather's diaries.
And then he croaks.
Huh?
What about them?
I was able to learn something while serving as the 8th Genesis's vessel. It's not much, but it's still worth sharing. This was an isolated incident. You haven't averted the end he foretold in his final entry.
Okay.
Don't worry, though. I know. You'll find a way. This is goodbye, Marielle and Van. Oh, and Be sure to give Bermati and all my other acquaintances my regards.
Yeah. You got it.
Hey, Dingo. I promise I'll do my very best. So don't worry. I'll be fine.
So long, Dingo.
After that, we return to the irreplaceable present that we worked so hard to protect.
I feel like that made my head hurt trying to wrap my head around it all. Cause, like, it's one of the, I need like I need to like re-see it because I didn't understand the explanation at all.
She smiled as she
Rufus shows up,
and we all left Trion Mall
with the
together.
phone to Mario, and Mario gets transported because Rufus reaches out to Lapis and something. And there she's in the quantum dimension, and why is Dingo the vessel? And
Somehow,
why is he a Grendel?
Against all odds, we made it back to the school.
What is the
festival
Grendel
in
even
time
trying to
for the end
do?
of the performance.
I feel like they basically like admitted this is a side story. Like this had no importance. The main thing, the bad thing's still gonna happen. Oh, hey. Oh, maybe Riksha was the other person. I don't know. I mean, that whole sequence just kind of felt like they were like... I mean, the boss fight was cool. 100%. But, like, the whole setup felt like it was like, we need a final boss. For some reason. Like, us fighting the 8th Genesis just... It felt so random. And the whole explanation of humans are so easily converted to sin doesn't hit right when those people were only evil because their minds were being warped. Like, I get what they're trying to go for is that, oh no, it's just that they're just think a certain way and then but like that's not all that it is. It's clearly there's mind control as well. Because their personalities totally shift. It's not just I'm acting in this way because I think it's the truth. Like, they act in ways they would never normally act.
The first day of the Artemis Academy.
Like, Fairy's the best example. Because just because she thinks that we're working with Almada, she wants to kill us, doesn't make any sense. Because, like, she acted more harshly to Van and them than she did to the actual leader of
This year's
Almada.
festival was a real nice change of pace.
So it's not like she's some innately bloodthirsty person who needs to be pointed in the right direction.
I want to come back tomorrow.
So that just, it falls flat on its face, I feel. And it's like a message that I even kind of agree with that idea. That, like, ideology can very easily lead to people doing horrible, horrible shit because they think it's the right thing to do. Or it's like their truth or whatever. I agree with the central message, and I feel like it didn't work. I don't know. Because it's another thing where it's kind of an interesting theme, but it's something that you can't just drop out of nowhere. You need to build your fucking game around it.
I've got to admit, Risha Mao and Fee Clausel dropping in made for one hell of a surprise. Gave the show some serious star power. You sure went ham with the gorgeous guest stars. Good work.
Well, I can't take the credit for that one. That was actually Ren's idea, believe it or not. Odette, Albert, and I got on board almost immediately. It just seemed like a natural fit. Especially given Calvert's past and present, and the increasing signs of division. And not to mention, our relationships with other countries.
People are anxious now that reparations are over, and Zyphatech being iterated on outside Calvert ain't exactly easing their fears. Given the way Renee's been acting, I'd say action's being taken to counter that. We'll probably have a lead on the rest of the world for a while. With all that stuff going on, a new season together might have a deeper meaning than I thought. I think it ended up hitting close to home.
I hope so. Admittedly, I'm not sure how much it resonated with people, my father included. I guess the end result was that we upheld the status quo. After all the effort that everyone, including you, put into this, I wish we could say we accomplished a little more than that.
Hey, hold that head up high, kiddo. You did a great job out there. Sucks to admit, but y'all did even better than our class. That's no small feat, even with Ren on your side.
Well, again, we can't take all the credit.
Yeah, they had like a shit ton of helpers.
After all, I think we can consider this a win for everybody. So, thank you for everything.
Don't sweat it. Just felt like pitching in.
I know it's still only the first day, but I feel strangely at ease. Like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders. I doubt I'll feel that way after today, though. We have the next student council election and career counseling coming up. RMS is a lot of fun, but it's certainly not all play.
Speaking of which, you said Albert's gonna run for student council president, yeah? You're gonna be busy as a bee helping him, so you might want to cut down on your hours.
No way! You aren't getting rid of me that easily. Someone has to fill the void left behind by Swin and Nadia. And besides, we haven't closed the book on my case. A device that observes the sins of humanity. I just can't fathom why my great-grandfather would create such a thing.
Kinda wish that thing had maybe done something during the Great Twilight.
I'm positive that we still have yet to uncover all the secrets
Or maybe
of the
when, you know,
Genesis.
it was
There
in the
has to be
possession of
more
the
to
cult.
It's possible. Regardless. Given that this whole thing involves Mare and the Grendel, I can't just stand on the sidelines. I bet you anything they'd all say the same thing.
And like, nobody's gonna ask a question about why Dingo's a fucking Grendel? Or like, what the Grendel even is? So it's just like having a Genesis can turn you into a Grendel?
For sure.
What?
You know, Dingo may have had a point about humans being fragile and weak. I can't deny his words rang true.
Like, they don't need to answer the question per se, but you gotta at least acknowledge that it's there.
Even if it means making a misstep or a stumble along the way. I'd go so far as to say that making mistakes is all part of what it means to be human.
Yeah.
I wish they'd give me a chance to talk, man.
You all had things to overcome. That goes for you too, Van. As well as Fairy, Katra, Aaron, Nadia, Swin, and everyone else. You were weighed down by your pasts, but you overcame it so you could take hold of what you have now. Thinking about this makes me realize how much I want to be like all of you, both for the sake of the Genesis and for Dad, too. I also hope it'll help me share what I'm feeling, even if those feelings likely won't be reciprocated.
They won't. He still calls you kiddo.
I want that special
all right?
someone to know.
You can't have Van call her kiddo and then make there be a relationship, all right? No shot.
The hell are you two standing around for? Come on, get your asses over here.
There's no chance.
It's
man.
only just
There's
getting
no
started.
chance.
So please feel free to join.
I'm already working up a sweat.
Hey, Nina! Risha! What say we get in on the fun?
Lead the way. I was just thinking I didn't get enough dancing in earlier.
Aha! Inspiration has struck again. I'm gonna set my next thrilling theatrical extravaganza in a high school!
Please don't.
Ooh, what a novel concept.
Ugh, and then I'm gonna make the girls get naked.
Nothing good'll come of those two swapping ideas.
I'd be more interested in a slasher flick, personally speaking.
Ah, a man of taste.
What the?
I love watching those for the sex scenes.
What the fuck?
For the what now?
Huh? I mean...
So, you've finally shown your true colors.
It's an unhinged fucking thing to say to his person.
Oh, and you can have the next one, Van.
Alright.
Ooh. I guess I'd better call dibs on the next dance after her then.
That's no fair. Oh well. I'll just reserve the one after.
No shot.
Well, when'd you become such a babe magnet, Van?
I don't think he is.
He's the main character.
They're just picking on the poor guy.
Wow, the competition's really heating up now. You better get in there and give him heckling.
V? How do you know what's going on? You've been away for so long.
Choose your dance partners wisely, or you may end up with sore feet.
It is really funny to have feet show up and have one voice line.
Guess we ought to go.
Yeah, probably. All right, you guys. We ain't gonna let you hog all the fun.
Okay, so like, what are my lines going to be? Line, singular. Okay. All right. I just need to talk while it's off the top of my head. Okay. So the thing with Dingo and the Crimson Grendel. Here's what I think they should have done. Because I don't want to ever be accused of being, you know, I always offer critiques, right? I don't just say something's bad. Instead of it being Dingo's consciousness is trapped in the Genesis, blah, blah, blah. 8th Genesis is testing Van. Because Van is, after they awaken the first Genesis, there's some connection between him. Alright? 8th Genesis, that's why it's testing Van. It creates this copy, she's doing what the fuck? It creates this kind of alternate version, not really an alternate version, but like, it manifests as Dingo because that's someone who's important in Van's mind, right? That's what it manifests as Dingo. And it's granted the ability to transform into the Grendel as kind of like a... You stole our damn shit, man. To manifest as a Grendel in order to like be at the same power level as Van or something. Like kind of like what they did with Phantasma, where it's like the people in Phantasma, they're not there because, oh no, they died and their brain got stored within the Septirion. No, they're there because as a reaction to the people who are tied to the Septirion. Right, they're like recreations from their memories. And so it being like, hey, we're testing Van as like, you know, we've chosen him to be the representative for humanity or whatever. Or like, you know, humanity's like capability for sin. Maybe even because he's got the demon in him, right? And that's why it manifests as Dingo, because Dingo's like one of the most important people in Van's mind. Which I don't really buy either, because, you know, it's like Dingo and Van are like friends, but they never really set up this like whole unbreakable bond type thing. I guess if you're going that angle, it'd make more sense for it to be Burgard. Evil Burgard would be kind of cool, actually. Actually, no, I feel like Burgard makes more sense. You could even do some crazy shit where it's like Burgard with his stigma. in the recreation. Or you could have it be the explanation for why Brigard can turn into the Grendel, or manifest as the Grendel, is because he was exposed to the demonic corruption when Venom was killed him. Right, like kind of makes that idea that is established in Celise's fake timeline, like make that a little legitimate, that there was like some lingering element of the demonic influence on him. Yeah, that's my critique. Exile Dingo, let him stay dead. Rest in peace. Grendel's Olga is fake Brigard. That's my suggestion off the top of the dome, because I don't know, it just feels so random. And I liked it more when he was dead. Like, it felt like it took a little bit of the meaning out of it to just be like, we gotta tie this happy little extra, and like, it shouldn't bother me, because I'm trying to like think, why? It just felt a little too perfect. I think that's the issue at the end of the day, is it feels a little too convenient, a little too saccharine to have it be, and then Rufus gets in touch with Marielle, and then she's able to teleport, and they can have their final words together, like. And then plus, it is a rehash of the Loe thing, which I think instead of that being like a gotcha of like, well, you didn't mind when Loe and Joshua had their thing. Once a series does a plot point once, when you do it again, there's always more scrutiny. And that is like, blow for blow, the same plot point. So that's definitely one negative. But yeah, I just feel like the whole climax was... I mean, just the game is... it pisses me off because it's almost good. Kind of. Like, there's some ideas that I really like and would love to see them explore some. But it's like they have all these so many different clashing ideas the whole time, and see, Brigard, your ass should have been evil. But man, seriously though, Stigma Brigard would be a sweet ass final boss. It would beat the game. Bear the Nightmare, damn true, partner. What comes around goes around. I'm gonna be honest, that is the worst final chapter name. Also, my controller disconnected because I wasn't hitting any buttons that whole time. But alright, I mean, we're going to talk here for a little bit longer, for sure. And I'll eventually talk about the things I like. But I'm just focusing on the things that are right on the top of my head. Which is that whole climate, since I just couldn't talk for so long. What was one of the... Because there was something I wanted to say earlier. Oh yeah, in regard to this idea of... You know, oh, peoples are so easily will resort to their baser instincts or whatever in pursuit of their own personal truth. Like that idea. That is an interesting theme. You need to build your game around that. And a way you could have done that is make Auguste a real fucking character. Like, really explore his ideology, his politics, what he did, why he did it. Because, like, this idea of this initially kind of noble revolutionary trying to overthrow a corrupt system, but becomes so obsessed with his own version, his own vision of the country, that he then begins to kill the people that he's initially trying to save, all for the purpose of retrieving his perfect vision, and he becomes so bullheaded and blindsided that he loses, you know, sight of the forest for the trees, is an interesting idea. The Auguste in this game is not that. The Auguste in this game has, like, a couple sentences devoted to his characterization. So it's like, there's just so many disparate themes that don't tie together that well. Like, the game really, like, the story feels like a brainstorming session. And that there's some good ideas in it, but they do not flow or connect or reinforce each other. At all. I think that's like my thesis on the game. Which, once again, I'm not holding it too much against it, because it's very clearly, this is a filler game. 100%, like, there's no beating around the bush, right? Now, my problem with it is a filler game, honestly, I'm down for. I am 100% on board for, like, hey, we needed to make a shorter, more kind of small budget. Doesn't necessarily advance the main plot. It's just vibes. Because I do think the series, just in general, like, I mean, spin-offs and stuff could be kind of cool. Like, to flesh out some of the regions that we're never really going to go to that, you know, don't really warrant having a full arc or anything devoted to them. Or even just, like, say, maybe the game really focused more on Swin and Nadia as, like, the main characters. Because I really do think the sections of Swin and Nadia were the strongest in the whole game. Because I think that's the biggest, is this game didn't need to be 100+ hours long, for sure. I think you could really just cut all the Agus stuff. I think that is just a diversion at best. So really, like, you can keep the Grendel Olga stuff just for the sake of having an antagonist in the game. If anything, maybe just replace all the Agus stuff with Harwood. Like, maybe, I don't know, Harwood has some interest in it. Like, maybe have it, the setup be that when he's cleaning up the remnants of the gardens, he stumbles upon the core of the 8th Genesis and it awakens, and he's kind of like, ah, sure, I got nothing else better to do. I want to see how this shit shapes out, or something like that. You know, he seems like the type of character that would do shit like that on a whim, which is basically what he does in the game anyway when it comes to cooperating with the Garden Master. I do feel like, based on what characterization there is, that Harwood would talk to the Garden Master for 4 seconds, think he's cringe, and then poison him to death, but that's just me. But, like, yeah, because I think you can still have the game mostly be about getting the 8th Genesis. It's just, I don't really like the Genesis as a plot device. I feel like they're just really random, like, what they can do, and it doesn't, they feel like they can do everything. Like, they do everything and anything all at once at the same time. Because I'm not against MacGuffins per se. I mean, the Septyrions are MacGuffins, and I think the Septyrions are, in general, pretty good MacGuffins. The Genesis, though, they just show up so randomly and do whatever it is we need it to happen for the story in that moment, and then they turn off and they turn on and they glow and they can transfer consciousness, they can make people go crazy, they can bring people back to life, they can revert time, they can mind control people, they can create alternate different realities and phase spaces. Because, like, the Septyrions could basically do, like, one thing, kind of. Like, they were specialized in doing whatever their element was, right? So it really should just be relegated to, like, time shit. Being able to do all the other stuff just feels a little weird. Or explain the Genesis more. Like, maybe there's all supposed to be man-made Septyrion, so that's why they have different aspects or something. But they don't really even hint at that idea. And even then, the idea that they would be as strong as them then becomes a little weak. Like, the idea that one that's supposed to be a replica of the Time Septyrion can completely rewrite the timeline seems unrealistic. I don't know. Trying to think. Other stuff we want to talk about? Oh, there's definitely a good bit. And we'll probably do a discussion video. Maybe a short one. Definitely didn't expect to beat the game today, though. I kind of thought the little climax... I mean, the climax section was actually, like, the perfect length. I'm glad it was not long. I feel like that was... Like, they did good on that. Like, a portal opens up, you're in the cube dimension. I ain't got no beef with that. I just feel like the reasoning for why we had to fight the Grendel's Olga was silly. And just, it didn't vibe with anything. Which is mainly just because they didn't devote any time to it. Like, the Grendel's Olga is like a plot device, kind of, for the vast majority of the game, and then it's like actually on the main antagonist. I don't know. I don't think any more immediate things about the climax before we start talking about the game in general. It's alright, let's talk about the positives. No, we're gonna watch the opening cutscene. Talk about the positives. There are some, for sure. There are positives. Such as, Swin and Nadia. Alright, let's move on to the negative. Okay, I'm joking. I'm joking. I like that it did a few things differently. We've done the split routes before, but I did like that. I think the sections with Swin and Nadia were my favorite in the game overall. At least of like the first half. I think those are very good. I like the idea of splitting off the groups into smaller parties, especially at like the start of the game. I think that's a smart idea. And I would like to see that done more in the future, especially in these kind of later entries in the arcs where you have more and more characters to juggle. So instead of having it be like, hey, it's 20 guys walking around at the same time, you have like more smaller, you know, 5 to 8 man squads doing their own things in their own areas for shorter, smaller sections. I like that. I like the experimenting with having sections where there's no van. That's something I actually really liked about CS4 was this, like, that whole intro section where there's no fucking Reen. Like, not that I'm not a Reen hater. I'm very, like, middle of the pack on Reen. But I thought that was cool. And I really liked it. And honestly, my favorite parts of CS4 were probably, like, some of the beginning sections of Act 1. I mean, my single favorite moment is just the one character moment with Ash at the start of, you know, when he's in, Hamel. And I just feel like the character moments in this game, like, the only thing that somewhat, like, evoked any emotional response in me was the connection of it with Aaron. And I don't know, I think that was just because, like, I was reading the dialogue out loud. But, like, I don't know, that one kind of, like, it resonated a slight chord with me. But nothing else gets quite to that level. Of saying, like, some of the stronger character moments in the previous games. Other things I liked. The finale overall pretty good. Yeah, you know, the Grendel's Olga thing. You know what it does? I kind of reference CS1, but that's what it feels like. It feels like the old schoolhouse. Where it's like, there's a monster at the end and it's testing you because reasons. Like, that's basically what it is. It's doing that again, which I never really liked. I'm to think. But yeah, overall, the school festival was great. That's a fantastic section. Really strong connection events for the most part there. I mean, they're all good, but there were definitely a few really good ones. The island section, a little long, but yeah, maybe the thing with Catra, that was also pretty good. But I do think, honestly, the Act 3 could be deleted from the game. But, like, if you were to keep it, have it be focused on party members. And make it less goofy. because I just can't take the Maxim thing seriously in the slightest. The Ashen thing, goofy as hell. Celeste Leon, actually pretty good. The fairy thing could have been good. There's like... That one pisses me off because it's such a good chance to make Kasum a real character, but instead they actually made me hate him, when that's actually the part where you should be like, okay, Kasum's kind of cool. He's a little cringe, but he's cool. Like, there was a chance to have a real moment where Kasum opens up to his sister and tries to connect to her, and instead he stands there like a fucking douchebag and does nothing. And then also murders us multiple times, even though he knew he was being manipulated. What was the section after that? With the coup? I feel like there's one after Fairy, but before the coup. Is it? I thought there was one... I thought there was 5 sections. But does it go Fairy straight into coup? I really don't remember. Act of Gathering, Heretic Hunt. Remember that. Remember Severed Bonds. That's Fairy in them. Severed Bond. That's still Fairy. That's still Fairy. Okay, so it is just straight into the coup. Okay. I feel like I thought there was another one, but I guess not. Yeah, overall though, and we're judging this game on a curve for sure, because I accept that I think they didn't even know what they wanted to do with the game. To close, I'm still looking forward to the next game though. I honestly I haven't heard anything about the next game, like what the general opinion was, right? Because everyone and their mother told me Daybreak II was... people really didn't like it, or it was very divisive. So I knew that, I knew that before I even started Daybreak 1. That people did not vibe with Daybreak 2. I've heard literally nothing about the next game, which... and don't tell me what you think about it. If you've played it, let me stay ignorant. Because that's actually best case scenario, is for me to go in with 0 preconceptions. But I'm in, because literally, like, the only things I actually don't know much about. I'm trying to think, like, what things have I been told about the next game? Green's in it. Shizuna's in it a lot. That's basically it. I think that's the only thing I've really been told about the third game. Which... it's actually kind of exciting, because that means it's like the least I know about it going in a while. So don't ruin that, people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also, honestly, I'm kind of surprised how much I'm looking forward to the Sky 1 remake. I don't know, because there are some things that, like, I don't know, like, how well the script, because apparently they're changing the script some. I did see somebody mention that, or I saw it mentioned somewhere. I don't remember if that was on, like, Reddit or a comment, which I'm a little iffy on, because I think the localization for the Sky games is really, really good. I think a lot of people, get confused on what localization is really meant to be. A good localizer should not just be a translator. A good localizer should also be a good writer. You shouldn't just have a knowledge of the language and translate it one-to-one. You need to be able to translate it and also make it actually, you know, the writing good in English. And if that requires changing things, that's perfectly fine. That's the art of localization. I would always rather have something that's more readable but slightly less faithful to the original than something that's completely faithful to the original but also kind of dry and clunky, which is how a lot of like more literal translations come across. As long as your localizer is a good writer, then it doesn't matter as much if things are changed or not like 100% as faithful. But I don't know. I think it's just because like it's such a simpler game. Like I think after playing, like it's like reverting back to like an innocent time in a way. And I guess also just because the Trails games have like come to define the channel so much, getting to play the first one again and do it properly is exciting. But Horizon, it should be fun. I think it's just you know, I still really, really like the Trails games, and we will keep playing them until they finish, unless they turn to complete dog water. But, you know, you've put 1,000 hours into the series. There is not a single game I've put 1,000+ hours into that the minor things will start to annoy you more when you've seen them 100 times. Like just the little things that at first don't bother you, but when you see them over and over and over again, it does wear you down a little bit. You know, it's why I always get like annoyed when people will see like, you know, the Steam review with like 1,000+ hours and then not recommend. It's like, well, you put 1,000 hours into it. Well, yeah, that's the person who's most qualified to say if you should recommend it or not. Right? Because that's the person who's seen it all, who knows all the little minor quibbles that might annoy you, right? Now, with that being said, I would still recommend the Trails series. I think it's... Even this game and CS2 are still pretty fun. And some people like them a lot. So there's definitely value there. Final verdict, though. Daybreak 2 or CS2. Lay it on the fucking line. No think. Go with our heart. If we had to play one again, which would it be? It's hard, because I think Daybreak 2 is worse on a lot of levels. But I think CS2 had more to work with. CS2 was almost so good. And this game could have almost been really good. That's hard, man. Because main plot-wise, I think CS2 does make more sense. Like, it's... They've got similar levels of filler. Which filler doesn't... I'm not like that against the filler. I think in my heart of hearts, I think I do like this game a little bit more than CS2. Maybe. Because they're like the same game. The only... I think I gotta give it to this game, though, because it did not have as much to work with. It made all the same mistakes as CS2, but it did not have... like, it wasn't a disappointment. Like, Daybreak 2 pretty much perfectly matched my expectations. I was disappointed with CS2. So on that front, Daybreak 2, you win this round. CS2, stay in the dirt where you belong. Okay, I'm joking. Game's pretty good, I guess. It's just, in comparison to all the other games in the series, feels a lot worse. Except for Daybreak 2, where it's pretty neck and neck. Alright, I guess that's it. We've been rambling here for a long time. Final words. For real this time. Really enjoyed the game. Enjoyed the playthrough. Enjoyed getting it done in a relatively normalish fashion for like what the new upload schedule. We started this what? Came out on Valentine's Day. It's so a little over 3 months to do 100 videos. That's not bad. That's not bad. And there was some Phoenix Wright at the same time. So we have gotten a little bit better of an upload schedule. And there was actually a period where I didn't record at all for like... It was like on Nimith Island. We were there for like a fucking month. Because I could not record at all when we were doing Nimith Island. But it did help that I was able to take like, you know, I had like a full week off and then like a half week and stuff in the last like couple months to wrap the game up or to make some good progress. So that's good. Moving on, I think I know what we're gonna play next. I'll probably think on it over the next couple days. Probably not gonna record anything else today, even though I do have time. I don't know, maybe. Because I do want to, if I'm gonna try and fit into well, I mean, we're definitely not gonna not upload anything for 3 months. That'd be crazy. But I do want to get started recording on whatever's next, since I would like to definitely have it finished by, you know, September-ish. Oh yeah. We'll probably do a discussion video. I would rate it like a 75% chance. I'll think about it if there's really that much... Because the problem is that since the plot, I've said so much about it, I feel like there's not as much to go over. I would just be saying the same thing I've already said in a more coherent manner. We might do a shorter one. Maybe. If it's not uploaded within like a couple weeks, it probably isn't going to happen. We'll see just whether or not I'm lazy. And I might get some inspiration, especially once these final videos start going up again. Or start going out, because right now it's, well, the Anya's video went up today, so there's like 10-ish, maybe like a week and a half before the Let's Play finishes. So, you know, if you got like comments and stuff, like things you want me to maybe talk about or expand my thoughts on, go ahead and post them on this video. And I'll decide to, that'll maybe influence whether we do a discussion video or not. If I feel like I have anything to say, or there's anything that I feel like after thinking about it for a while I didn't say. But okay, I think I can stop rambling. But you know, I mean, the fact that like, this is how you know I'm not a hater. The fact that I've rambled this much about the game means that on some level I'm invested and like it and want it to be good. Or the series, you know? I'm not critical because I want to be a hater. I'm critical because I want the game to be great. And sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not quite there. You know what would have been great? Evil Burgard. Evil Burgard. You know you think it's a good idea. You're probably, if you didn't already have the idea, I know you're thinking in the back of your head, holy shit, that's a good idea. Like, don't tell me with a straight face you don't think fighting stigma'd up Evil Burgard as a final boss wouldn't be badass. Don't even lie to me. All right. But all right, I'm Oct-Radium. Stay tuned for the next Let's Play, whatever it may be. And bye, guys.